Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nag here, and I bring to you episode 10 of Shadowgrounds. Now, we are back with the ship of Perfectus that just crashed down, and that is going to be our main objective for this video. We're going to try to see if we can get inside the ship and save Colonel Smith, who is stuck inside. That is our main objective, ladies and gentlemen, and see if we can get anyone on our way if there are any survivors. Now, we're also going to have to find Jane and the scientists soon enough, but let's get started with collecting this ammo bag. Now we're up here with a lot of lights, so that's a bit refreshing, but it's not refreshing that we're going to see some more of these enforcers and retchers down the way, so we're going to have to be really careful and take them out. I don't have a lot of ammo with my shotgun, so I'm going to use that very sparingly in this video. I am going to be using a couple new weapons since I'm going to show some weapons off and more weapons become useful throughout this level and for the rest of the game, such as the grenade launcher. Now the grenade launcher is going to be very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's going to be powerful because that cluster of grenades does a lot of damage to single and multiple groups. For instance, right here, it only took 2 of the shots to take down that enforcer, which is huge when going through a lot of the packs of enforcers. So now we have a lot of fire, a lot of death, a lot of burning. Everything is going in chaos so far.
Where are you now?
I'm in the canyons. It seems like the aliens got here first.
The doctor and I are safe here, but keeping an eye out just in case. We tried to open the doors, but they're jammed from the inside. Keep going.
Alright, so we're going to keep on keeping on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I did get some upgrades while I was off screen. Now, I'm going to show you right quickly before we get right back to the action. Now, for the laser rifle, I got the pinpoint laser, so we're going to fire a continuous beam, which does use up ammo, but it's really powerful. So you'll see that in just a second. I also got heated plasma bullets, so we inflict twice as much damage than before with a minigun. The clip extension with the pulse rifle, so we have a quarter more bullets, so we are from 60 to 90, so that's going to be really nice. So let's go up here slowly, and we are going to deal with some brutes up here and some enforcers. So ladies and gentlemen, let's be a little bit tactical for this video. We're not going to want to run and gun as we did before, but you know, we're still going to have to run and gun at, you know, destroy any enemies in our wake. Now, this is where the grenade launcher comes in really handy, so I can, boom, give all these stupid brutes coming at me. So now let me switch to my minigun so I can show off some of the awesome power of it, while also fighting some more of these retchers. Now, these retchers are going down in a second of me using this minigun, which is really nice to finally see some payback. Now there's going to be some enemies coming from behind me, and I'm going to be aware of it this time. They're not going to trick me with that. Now, as long as I just do the minigun a short burst, it should be pretty fine just to use all the ammo, and we are getting a ton of ammo anyway from all these ammo bags. And Fraps is really disliking me today for some apparent reason.
The ship's engines have taken damage. Looks like they could blow up any minute.
We'll take a look at the readings. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
But the reactors are very sensitive. I hope the damage is not too severe.
I dropped some blue flares near the Perfectus during our flyby. They should help you navigate and find the entrance.
Alright, so we're going to listen to the smart scientist that knows that the reactor is somewhat dangerous, and if it explodes, we may all die horribly, and it will be Jane's fault for not caring. So let's keep continuing on with killing these enforcers up here with the grenade launcher. Now, they're not grouped all up like they usually are. There's usually about 5 out grouped up here. So it's really interesting that enemy placements are somewhat different every time I do this level. So that's some decent replayability if you do want to replay this game. And this is only on normal, remember everyone. So now we are going to collect our railgun right here, and we also have a PDA.
Let's see what those aliens think of this.
Now the railgun is a really nice weapon, but it is really bad at the same time. Now we can shoot single pinpoint shots like that, for instance, and I'm going to show you why it's good and why it's bad. But first, let's look at this PDA. Now this one is dated a little bit ahead of the last PDAs that we have seen. And now this one is going to talk about the survivors. Now Jason was ordered, as was other people, to come and see if we have survivors here. But apparently, you know, since he is dead around this ship, there apparently probably wasn't any survivor. That was a little bit concerning, since where are all these aliens coming from? I mean, we already know that there are experiments and that someone's brought them to this planet, but still we haven't found out who actually brought them to the planet just yet. So now what this does is has really powerful piercing bullets. It can pierce through multiple of enemies. As you can see, besides having low ammo count, it's not that strong without some upgrades. So until I get some more upgrades and some more ammo for it, I'm not going to be using it that much. But I am going to continue using this grenade launcher just to take out most of the enemies that's clumped up in groups. Now we have some forces here. Another instance where I'm going to use it. Jeez. Death and carnage with this thing, I tell you.
I found one of those blue flares. Otherwise, it sure is dark here, except for my weapons.
You should be close now. Keep looking for an entrance.
Now we can look for an entrance. Now the entrance is going to be over there, but if you come this way and you use some of your laser rifle ammo, you can come back and collect some right here, which I'll just grab just to show it off. Now there usually are some retchers coming from behind me, but this time it seems like they aren't really coming from behind, which is really weird. But we are now on the ship, ladies and gentlemen, so we are halfway done with our objective.
I'm in.
Good. We're at the door on the other side. Come let us in.
Alright, so it's not going to be too hard to let them in. There's not much to be found around here. There is some ammo here and there, but it's mostly blocked off by rubble and whatnot. So we are in a facility. It looks like where everyone lives. There's some bathrooms, some sinks, some kitchens, but nothing of importance to us. There are, however, a crap ton of enemies around here. Now, there's nothing going to be in these upcoming rooms but fire, death. So if you do have a weak stomach, probably don't want to watch all the blood and stuff on the floor. But I am going to kill these retchers in the next two rooms. I'm just going to let them out if I can. Again, I don't really want to be trapped inside these corridors, so I want to try my best just to open them up, shoot, and get all the way back so I have some sparing room. Luckily, I found out that the grenade launcher, in fact, does not damage you. So that is a relief, so I don't kill myself or whatnot. And if you can hear it very slightly, there are some scythe worms around here that we're going to have to watch out for. They're our main reoccurring enemy in this stage. So far, they're the hardest enemies that I've came across. Harder than the enforcers, the brutes. Now, it's that cloaking system and their weird, sneaky AI that always gets me. Now, I'm going to be playing a little bit tactical in what I do. There's going to be some enforcers through here, and I think there's going to be some through here as well. Yep, there's one right there. Any more? Yep, there's a couple more in here to take out. Now, a good way is just to listen for them, ladies and gentlemen. Just listen for their sounds. Now, there's going to be some in here as well, which I'm going to take out really quickly. Any more still alive? No, I think I got them all. Now, there's nothing important down there, just some ammo if you do need it. And we got that really odd cutscene. I have no idea why it has a cutscene for just opening this door. But now we are going to be faced with some retchers coming out of this manhole down here. It's not too bad. There's only like 6 around here. And there's also going to be some brutes. Now we're going to have to deal with some brutes here, which again isn't a terrible problem. We do want to shut down this terminal and these generators before they explode. Now it is possible for them to have another cutscene where Jane and the scientist tells you, you must hurry or else the whole facility will just explode from the reactors. So we have 3 of these terminals that we are going to have to activate. And every time we activate them, we will have some more enemies coming after us. It's nothing we can't handle. You can use the minigun right here if you do need to use it. But if you don't trigger that cutscene, you will have all the time in the world to complete this. So that is really interesting that they have something like that. Now we got that one down. Now all we have to do is activate the terminal up there and we should be good to go. Everyone should be nice and safe. Take out my minigun just to finish these enemies off. And now we're going to turn off this terminal.
Shutting down main reactor.
You can relax now. I shut down the reactors.
If we're still alive after all this, remind me to thank you. Now try to get here through the upper or lower decks.
Finally we are getting some praise, ladies and gentlemen. So we have 2 decks that we can go down. They both lead to the same place. They just have a little bit of a different intro.
Good. The middle part of the ship is completely collapsed. If the lower deck is still intact, we can try to find a way to the other side.
So a couple things that I noticed with these enemies, they do try to dodge your attacks more than the previous enemies that we're facing. So now that we collected that minigun ammo, we are good to go. Let me make sure I have everything. I only have 3 shots with the shotgun, which can be a little bit problematic. But now I'm going to take it nice and slow through the rest of the stage just because this is where the difficulty ramps up just a little bit. Now there's going to be some more scythe worms somewhere in this hallway. And through these doors, like right there, there's a couple. And from my knowledge, sometimes they can open doors like that right there. If you just seen right there, this one that just came from behind. And that's very, very curious that they can actually open up these doors. Because so far we haven't seen any enemies that can. I'm not sure if it's a bug. Now there's going to be a couple in here that we're going to have to deal with. As long as we have our flashlight in the main direction and make sure not to let it run out, we should be fine. Now this is where we're going to have to continue down. We're going to have a lot of crates and a little bit of a maze to go around. Luckily it's pretty bright in here. Making sure there's no worms going to come behind me like this one was trying to do right there. Now we are coming up to a PDA and more enemies around here. Trying to see where is it at? Where is it going to come from? I know I see one over there, but I also hear one a little bit closer to me. Well, let's just be safe and look at this PDA right here. Now this is a day before our last one. And this one is about, still about something's happening to the planet. And they're getting orders. And oddly enough, people think it's just an exercise. So they think it's just a false alarm. Or just, normal protocol in case something did happen. And that was by Private Hans. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end the video right here since this is a little bit of a longer level. And on the next video, we are going to be a little bit tactical in how we take out these preceding enemies in our way. And we are also going to reunite with Jane and the scientist. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I wait to see you next time. So always remember, take care and stay classy. Later, folks.
We know now that in the early years of the 20th century,